In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 1st, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Golden State Warriors versus Toronto Raptors. On the upcoming Friday night, the Golden State Warriors are set to embark on a road journey to the Scotiabank Arena, where they will face off against the Toronto Raptors. The Warriors will be coming into this contest on the second night of a back-to-back, having played a game on Thursday. In their recent outing, the Raptors suffered a defeat at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks. Having exhibited a remarkable performance, the Golden State Warriors find themselves in an impressive run of form, having emerged victorious in 10 of their last 12 games. Their quest for a third consecutive win is fueled by a triumphant 110-99 road victory over the New York Knicks the previous night. Stephen Curry showcased his prowess with 8 three-pointers, leading the team with 31 points. Jonathan Kuminga contributed 25 points on 12 of 19 shooting, while Klay Thompson added 16 points from the bench. Despite a 44% field goal percentage and 14 of 45 from the three-point line, the Warriors' defensive prowess was evident as they controlled the game by limiting the Knicks to just 19 points in the first quarter, establishing an early 17-point lead. In contrast, the Toronto Raptors have maintained a decent form, securing victories in 5 of their last 9 games. However, their 3-game winning streak was halted by the Dallas Mavericks in a 136-125 loss. The man who quickly led the Raptors with 28 points and 9 assists. R.J. Barrett contributed 26 points with 6 assists, and Scotty Barnes added 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Despite a competitive first half, the Raptors succumbed to a 40-point third quarter by the Mavericks, resulting in a 15-point deficit. The Golden State Warriors enter the matchup with some key players unavailable, notably Andrew Wiggins, who is still absent due to personal reasons. On the other side, the Raptors have listed Chris Boucher as questionable for this game. Despite the challenges, the Warriors have been on a winning streak, claiming victory in 8 of their last 10 games, indicating a positive shift, especially with the return of Chris Paul to the rotation. The team's limited rotation throughout the season has been due to various player absences, including Paul's 21-game absence due to a hand fracture, Draymond Green's suspension-related absence, and 2 leg injuries suffered by Gary Payton II. The return of Green and Paul has provided the team with veteran leadership and increased depth, allowing Klay Thompson to showcase his shooting prowess coming off the bench. Looking ahead, the Warriors face challenging matchups against Boston and Milwaukee, crucial for securing a playoff spot in the competitive Western Conference. The Raptors, while displaying limitations defensively, especially at the rim, face a significant challenge against the Warriors, who boast the 5th highest rim shooting percentage in the league at 65.4%. In his first appearance since January 5th, Chris Paul made an impactful return against the Wizards, playing for 22 minutes, recording 6 assists, and securing 4 steals. Although he may not be the volume scorer he once was, Paul remains a difference maker for the surging Warriors. The combination of Paul and Klay Thompson in the second unit adds a dangerous dimension to the Warriors' gameplay. Despite a challenging first half against the Wizards, where Curry struggled to score, such occurrences are likely to be rare in the future. Considering the current form of both the Warriors and Raptors, the betting line for this game appears unusual. Although the Warriors are on the second night of a back-to-back, their momentum and the fight for playoff positioning make it unlikely for key players to be rested. Conversely, the Raptors have been inconsistent throughout the season, particularly against strong opponents. The home court advantage hasn't been a significant factor for the Raptors, with a 12-17 record on their home court. The Golden State Warriors are currently showcasing their best basketball of the season, and with the return of Chris Paul, they are approaching full health. In contrast, the Raptors experienced a 3-game winning streak before their recent loss to the Mavericks. While the Warriors are playing this game without any rest, the Raptors secured a victory in the earlier meeting with a scoreline of 133-118 on January 7th. Despite this, the Warriors will continue their hot streak, so the Golden State Warriors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In the initial matchup between these teams, a total of 251 points were scored, with the Raptors exhibiting exceptional shooting accuracy at 58.5%. Although the Warriors struggled from beyond the arc in that game, the absence of Paul and Green was a contributing factor. Recent improvements in the Warriors' performance suggest that they are unlikely to shoot as poorly as the 30% from 3 in the first meeting. However, a strong performance in the paint, as evidenced by their 54 points in the previous encounter, is anticipated. The Raptors, too, excelled at the rim in their earlier matchup, scoring 24 points in the paint. Despite the Warriors playing the second game of a back-to-back, the impact should be minimal given the brief period since the All-Star break. The Warriors, known for their higher tempo, are motivated to compete fiercely given their current battle for a spot in the NBA postseason. Toronto, exhibiting increased energy post the All-Star break, will face a surging Warriors team navigating through the Western Conference. Both teams have a moderate pace, but expectations point towards an up-tempo game. Players like Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett, displaying high energy levels, recently exceeded 25-plus points in the game against the Mavericks. Despite the Raptors scoring 125 points in that game, their defensive struggles, evident since the trade deadline, make them vulnerable. The prediction leans towards both teams scoring over 120 points, making over the projected total our full game total pick. Portland Trail Blazers versus Memphis Grizzlies. In the vibrant city of Memphis, a matchup unfolds between two Western Conference teams, both residing far from the coveted playoff spots. The Portland Trail Blazers embark on a road journey to face the Memphis Grizzlies, marking the inaugural clash of a two-game series on a Friday night. Portland enters the contest after succumbing to a 106-96 defeat at home against Miami on Tuesday, failing to cover the 7-point underdog spread. Meanwhile, Memphis faced a 110-101 setback on the road against Minnesota in their previous outing on Wednesday, surprisingly covering the substantial 13.5-point underdog line. The historical regular season series favors the Trail Blazers at 57-46, but this season's encounters are evenly split, with the Grizzlies securing a 112-100 road victory in their most recent matchup on November 5, 2023. The Portland Trail Blazers find themselves mired in a dismal stretch, dropping 11 of their last 13 games. Their recent 106-96 loss to the Heat added another defeat, making it a concerning 10-game losing streak. Despite a commendable start, highlighted by Anthony Simons' 26 points, Jerami Grant's 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, and Taunami Kamara's 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists, the team's struggles were evident. Shooting at a mere 40% from the field and 10 of 31 from beyond the arc, the Trail Blazers squandered a promising first-quarter lead, allowing the Heat to mount a successful comeback with a lackluster second-half performance. Simultaneously, the Memphis Grizzlies mirrored the Trail Blazers' downturn, losing 12 of their last 14 games. In their recent 110-101 road defeat against the Timberwolves, Jaren Jackson Jr. showcased resilience with 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 steals. However, the team's overall performance faltered, shooting only 38% from the field and 11 of 37 from the three-point line. Despite seizing an initial lead, the Grizzlies crumbled in the third quarter, allowing the Timberwolves to escape their clutches. Notably, Vince Williams Jr. struggled, managing only 11 points on 4 of 1-5 shooting, while Jordan Goodwin contributed a mere 5 points on a 1 of 8 shooting performance. The injury bug has bitten both teams, with the Trail Blazers missing key players like Scoot Henderson, Malcolm Brogdon, and now Deander Ayton. The Grizzlies, on the other hand, are without the services of Ja Morant, Brandon Clark, and Desmond Bane, among others. Portland, amid a 9-game losing streak, holds a dismal 6-22 road record. Conversely, the Grizzlies, plagued by injuries from the start, maintain a 7-22 home record but exhibit recent competitiveness compared to the Trail Blazers, who seem to have resigned themselves to a challenging season. Both teams face disappointing campaigns, seeking glimmers of hope for the future. The Trail Blazers, on a 9-game losing streak, rely on the duo of Simons and Grant, though a significant portion of their regular rotation remains unavailable. Memphis, with a 7-22 home record, has demonstrated resilience amid injuries, contrasting with Portland's perceived surrender. In this precarious matchup, both teams grapple with injuries, making it challenging to express confidence in either side. However, the Grizzlies possess the decisive factor in Jaren Jackson Jr., the most impactful player on the court, suggesting a closely contested battle. While Memphis contends with a slightly inferior offense, their their defensive prowess compensates for the deficiency. Despite substantial injuries, the Grizzlies have managed to secure 3 victories in their last 5 encounters against the Trail Blazers. Betting enthusiasts might hesitate to back either the Trail Blazers or Grizzlies, especially with the latter in the favorite role. Nevertheless, someone must emerge victorious, and the Grizzlies, exhibiting greater competitiveness and signs of vitality, seem poised to triumph and cover the spread as favorites, constituting our full game side pick. Comparing the offensive and defensive averages of both teams throughout the season, their performance in the last 3 games, and their home-away records yields a projected score of 215. While this score exceeds the total, it's crucial to acknowledge Memphis's significant injury woes. Over the last 3 games, both teams have collectively averaged a modest 95 points per game. The Trail Blazers have consistently stayed under the total in 31 of their 57 games this season, ranking 27th in turnovers with an average of 14.9 per contest. Additionally, Portland maintains a below-average tempo, sitting 25th with an average of 97.6 possessions per night. On the other hand, Memphis, heading into Thursday's action, has witnessed the under-hitting in 33 of their 59 games this season, ranking 23rd in turnovers and 18th in pace. Foreseeing both teams struggling to breach the 100-point mark, coupled with their injury concerns, the game is poised to fall short of the projected total, making the under our full game total pick. Sacramento Kings versus Minnesota Timberwolves. On Friday night, a compelling matchup unfolds in the Western Conference as the Sacramento Kings embark on a journey to face the Minnesota Timberwolves. Recent performances indicate distinct trajectories for these teams, with the Kings coming off a disappointing 117-96 loss in Denver where they fell short of covering the spread as 9.5-point underdogs. Conversely, the Timberwolves secured a 110-101 home victory against Memphis but failed to cover as 13.5-point favorites. Notably, this game marks the third and final clash between these teams this season, with the series deadlocked at 1-1, each team claiming a win on the opponent's home court. The Sacramento Kings find themselves in a challenging phase, having lost 6 of their last 10 games. Their recent outing in Denver resulted in a decisive 117-96 defeat, prompting a desire for redemption. Despite a commendable individual effort from Keegan Murray, who led the team with 21 points, and notable contributions from Chris Stewart and Domantas Sabonis, the Kings struggled collectively, shooting just 40% from the field and 12 of 35 from beyond the arc. Their promising 35-point first-quarter lead evaporated, leaving them trailing by as much as 32 points in subsequent stages. In contrast, the Minnesota Timberwolves are riding a wave of success, having triumphed in 7 of their last 8 games. Their recent 110-101 victory over Memphis showcased a stellar performance from Anthony Edwards, who contributed 34 points. Naz Reid's impactful 19-point display off the bench and Karl Anthony Towns' double-double further solidified the Timberwolves' dominance, despite a challenging start against the Grizzlies, shooting at an impressive 49% from the field and 14 of 35 from downtown. The Timberwolves ultimately outscored the Grizzlies in the second half, securing the win on their home court. As the upcoming matchup looms, potential player absences add an element of uncertainty. De'Aaron Fox is listed as questionable for the Kings, while the Timberwolves will be without Kyle Anderson, with Anthony Edwards carrying a questionable status. Fox's absence in the previous game against the Nuggets underscored the Kings' struggles in generating consistent offensive pressure. However, the team anticipates his return against the formidable Timberwolves, a stark contrast to their encounter with the Nuggets. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves, despite a slow start against the Grizzlies, are unlikely to encounter a similar challenge against the Kings, emphasizing the strength of their home record. Considering the Kings' resilience and their impressive 17 road victories this season, they present a formidable challenge, especially in the underdog role. The uncertainty surrounding Fox's status adds intrigue, but the Timberwolves, despite their home advantage, cannot underestimate the Kings' competitiveness. While acknowledging the Timberwolves' favoritism, the Kings, with a substantial point spread, become an appealing option, so the Sacramento Kings to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Domantas Sabonis, the Kings' key player, faced a challenging matchup against Nikola Jokic and the defending champions in their recent loss. Despite a subpar shooting performance, Sabonis extended his double-double streak to 41 games, leading the league with 21 triple-doubles this season. However, his struggles against imposing interior defenders, particularly those of the Western Conference, pose a significant hurdle. The Timberwolves, boasting the NBA's premier rim defender, add another layer of difficulty for Sabonis. In this anticipatory anticipated clash, Fox is expected to dominate, leveraging his skills against a challenging defensive front featuring Gobert and Towns. Additionally, historical trends indicate a likelihood of the total score falling below the projected total, making under the projected total our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.